Welcome to MedTMD. Oh my god, oh no! Oh my god!
Oh gosh! It was almost perfect.
Oh man, that was an epic fail. That was an epic fail. Welcome to MedTMD. Welcome.
Hi guys.
Okay.
Welcome.
Welcome everyone to MedTMD. I'm Tina.
Hi guys, Aliah.
And we have Aliah's special friend, Marian, joining us today. You might have seen her in our previous video. Hello, hi, glad to be back for some more action.
We are so excited to have her here, and we're just gonna do something fun today. Like, we're just gonna literally sip tea and answer some questions here, and we'll just take turns going back and forth, and the person who answers can take a nice juicy sip prior to their question. But
some of these questions are juicy, some of these are scandalous, some of these are professional. So you just never know which bunch of questions you'll have. They'll just it could be career related, school related, work related, relationship related, anything. So let's explain the rules. So what are we doing with these jars, Marianne? So we're pretty much gonna pick one out. I guess we can do rock, paper, scissors and see who goes first. And then I guess with the MD, you guys can share and you can answer a question, or you can take turns answering the same question. And then I can just, and if I win, or if the person wins, they choose which jar, I guess. Okay. Yeah. So that should be. So who's doing rock? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All three of us? Okay. All three of us? Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, you do that? So, I guess...
I
you win, you go first. Wait, yeah, let's just say if you win, you go first. Yeah, winners...
Wait, we're not gonna rock, paper, scissors every time, though.
No, you just start off. Yeah, you can just start off.
Okay.
And then you pick which way you want to go.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go, and then Marian can go, and then you can go. We just go boom, 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 just so we're keeping it kind of hot. Yeah,
so some of these questions were brought in by fans, or brought in by followers, or brought in by unknown sources, anonymous. So let's just what does it say?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how toxic has the OR been?
I think they're asking in terms of the work environment, the surgeons and the...
So for me, I have only been in the OR for a one clerkship thus far, and I will definitely have some more time in the OR for my current clerkship. But to be honest, I have not experienced anyone being crazy to me. I will say that there's very strict rules in the OR. You're not gonna impact sterility. You're not going to stand anywhere you shouldn't stand or too close to it. There's eyes on you, especially since you're a guest in that OR, to make sure you're not going to impact sterility and stuff like that. So that can come off a little stern sometimes. I'm not talking to you. That can come off a little stern sometimes if you're and again, you feel a little type of, you can feel some type of way if you're the first day in the OR and you're oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I'm scared, I didn't mean to do that. You're don't touch anything, don't breathe. But like I said earlier, scrub techs are your friends. And I will say something. The one thing I loved about the OR was hearing the music the surgeons would play in the background. I literally have one surgeon who would always play this Imagine Dragons song called Run. I have it in my head right now. Sorry I don't have any toxic experiences. I'll pass it on to Tina in case she does.
Oh yeah, and then also if you answer the question, you drink Boba, but you can't drink it outside the question. There you go. I already did that. I know. I saw you and I saw me and I was oh. Well,
we're changing the rules.
That's the only way. That's the only way to make it fun.
Yeah, you have to actually do work. You gotta
have to put work for it. Yeah.
There are some grumpy people, okay, but I haven't been insanely toxic. people have not been super mean. That like the scrub techs and some of the nurses, they will tell you like, oh please don't disrupt.
They might not say please,
but
but
okay, yes, they may not say please. If you're not scrubbed in, just stay away from the sterile field. Just
don't cross the red lines. Yeah. Make sure you have the shoes, the hats, the goggles, the things that you need.
Rule.
Don't bring your jackets. Don't wear long sleeves underneath your scrubs. Like all the details.
But
it
hasn't been like toxic where I felt ridiculed or like
exactly.
I felt like they were putting me down because I didn't know the rules of the OR.
Yeah.
Like they're just trying to help with the surgery and then get on to the next one. But it hasn't been toxic at all.
Okay. Yeah. That's interesting because like scrub nurses often say you have to have tough skin to be in the OR. And sometimes that has to do with like I don't know, condescending surgeons or like people that like gossip in the OR or you know
you don't have time to gossip in the OR
like a hostile environment. Okay, actually that's funny that you guys don't have a toxic environment because like when I did my clinical rotations as a nursing student, I was in the OR and I was like watching a surgery and they were already talking crap and they were like and then the surgeon was listening to some rock and roll and then they were like, oh, did you hear what happened last night at Tina's house?
Wait, there have been conversations
you can like chat, but there was nothing like crazy though.
Okay.
There have been gossiping between the nurses and the surgeon, like amongst each other in the OR. But in terms of like them being super disrespectful to each other or us in the OR, I've never experienced it.
That's good. All right, freestyle.
So that just basically means like what's an experience, good, bad, ugly, that you would like to share with our viewers.
Well, since y'all are mostly medical students, I'll just say my good experience with a medical student recently, where I thought he was a resident, so I asked like him about my patient, like, oh, so did my patient talk to you about his trazodone or his Adderall, because he's been asking for it all night, and I like paged you guys, and I didn't know if you guys were gonna like order it, because like he said he actually can't sleep without Adderall because like it keeps him from his mind racing. And so like he was like, oh, I'm actually the med student, but I can pass it on to the team. Like I can pass it on to the team. And he started writing notes. He was like, is there anything else that you want me to say? And then I was like, no, just that, like, I'm just and then so I was like, oh no, just that, because like he's been in the hospital for a couple of nights now, and I don't know why this is just now being addressed, because he's asking for like, I don't know, his trazodone and then his Adderall, and he said he can't sleep without it, and like, and I even paged the resident that like, you know, you can't like abruptly stop amphetamines. And so like so I was like trying to relay to the med student, you know, how important it was for the patient. And so he was like really appreciated that I like went up to him, because it didn't seem like no one approaches him ever, because he was like, what's your name again? I'm like, I'm Marian. Oh, hi, I'm this person. Nice to, like, I forgot his name. It's like, oh, hi, nice to meet you. It was nice meeting you. Thank you so much for telling me about tell the patient. I'll pass it on to the team. And I was like, okay, cool, thanks. So yeah, like he was like very like appreciative of me like approaching him, because I thought he was the resident. I didn't think he was the med student. Otherwise, I don't know if I would approach him or not. No, I'm just kidding. I probably would. No, I probably.
After everything we've been
I'm just kidding. I probably would, because like you guys are like the eyes and ears.
We can help out.
And you can help out.
We can relay the team.
You can relay messages to the team. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. That's happened to me as well before. Like when I'm pre-rounding on patients, some of the nurses, they'll just like bring their concerns, whatever's on the top of their head, or recent concerns. Like, so if I can find the nurse, I'll go talk to them after I talk to the patient, so I can report to the team during my presentation. But some of them, like, they tell me what's going on with the patient, and so thoroughly, and I appreciate that so much that you guys trust us to relay the information. Trust me, we do.
Yeah.
We say every little thing. Or at least we want to. And then the team picks out the important things.
And it's
But,
helpful
yeah.
too.
Mhm.
So, you know, we have the opportunity to do that because like maybe like it shows the residents and the rest of the team that we like we're trying really and we really care about the patient because we're like communicating with other members
Yeah.
on the team and like I don't know, it helps make help make the story. What am I trying to say? It helps
Make the story make sense.
Yeah, help the story make sense because we weren't there overnight, but like
Yeah.
the nurse was, or like they had the
Exactly.
sign out and they're like, well, I didn't see anything, but this is what the overnight nurse said, and like yeah, there's notes and stuff, but hearing and talking to someone is also like really good too. And,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
helps us
Good.
feel like more a part of the team. So, cheers to
Thank
that.
you. Next.
Tina.
All right.
Give us a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, she gonna be.
What? Freestyle.
Freestyle.
That was just
Okay.
right on top for us here. Oh wait.
Okay, so I have to share an experience.
Yeah.
Good, bad.
Okay, I have. This is like a funny story. At least I find it funny. A recent story. So, I was rotating at a clinic for IM like a couple of weeks ago, and I think I've told you guys the story, but I don't know if you remember. I'll just share it with our viewers. But so this was like my last day at this clinic, and I was interviewing, or I was talking to this patient with the condition hidradenitis suppurativa, and she was just telling me about like how debilitating the condition is, and she's been dealing with this for a long time, and like dealing with it chronically. She has depression as well. So I was just like letting her talk, and like so. After a while, I was like, yeah, like, thank you for sharing your story, man. Like, I do have to go back and report to the doctor. Like, is there anything else that you want me to relay to her? And she's like, yeah, like, I have really bad varicose veins. And I looked at that. I was just telling her, yeah, this can happen with age. And then she's like, oh, will it happen to you? And I'm like, yeah, maybe when I'm older. And she's like, how old are you? 25 right now, but I might get them when I'm older. And she's like, you're only 25? You look so much older.
Oh, older. Oh, wow. That's bizarre. Usually people think I'm
You look
younger.
so much younger.
Yeah.
And they're like, how old are you?
She's like, you don't look 25. You look way older. I'm like, okay,
Cool,
you
thanks.
know. And then I tried to save it. I'm like, oh, do you mean like I look older in the sense that I look more mature? And she's like, no, you just look much
Oh my god, you made it worse by asking her. You made it worse by asking
That
her,
was
like,
actually
oh, you
really
mean
funny.
older as in, like, more mature?
Oh,
No, I mean older as in you look like a grandma.
no. That was
No,
so
I'm just
funny.
dumb too.
That was actually
That's
really funny.
that's really.
I don't think I
Okay,
could
at
top
least I
that.
can take a sip of bubble tea.
You
Yeah.
better take many sips after that.
Girl,
Okay.
like when I was, you don't know how many times I've been called like 16-year-old teenager as a nurse, so I get it all the time. That, yeah, no worries.
See that? Like, some people tell me I look like I'm 18, and some people tell me I look like I'm 32, so.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
Yeah.
Well, I got the next question. It says, how's the community at Meharry? I know it's an HBCU, so will other ethnicities thrive there as well? I think that a lot of people who are here who are not like black or like African American, they still have a good experience. Our school does not discriminate against you if you're not like black or African American. That's what I'm thinking the question is getting at. That's why I'm responding that way. We have a student body that's very community oriented. We have a set up environment where it's like you have an older sibling and then you yourself become a sibling to like someone under you who's your little sibling. So like we have like a lot in place to help with just facilitating community. We have like people on our e-board who like generate social events and have even tried to navigate that even in the midst of COVID. I personally feel like from the outside looking in that people feel welcome at Meharry. But at the same time, I'll also let Tina respond and see how she feels.
Yeah.
Sips tea.
Sips tea.
So I'm South Asian, and I definitely agree with Aliah. Meharry is absolutely welcoming to all ethnicities, all religions, people of like every color.
Every color.
Yep, and our like class truly is a family. We can depend on each other a lot, and it's actually very surprising and amazing to know that a lot of our classmates know so many holidays from various like religions. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And yeah, I don't disagree. Meharry's definitely been welcoming to me and to a lot of other ethnicities as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay.
Well, I can sit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess it's my turn. How do you deal with grief? Oh, would it be bad to say deep grief is my favorite? I actually I like having to help the patient guide through it. Like I like being the support. I like being their support, and I like hearing their stories. I pretty much am the listener when it comes to like them trying to handle grief or speaking about grief and and their mishaps or their regrets or their just like hopelessness or feelings of. So then that that for me is like a perfect leeway towards like encouraging them and then just saying something hopeful and just and yeah, just like being the hand to hold for them, and like empathy that helps me practice a lot of empathy, and like dealing with pain too, like empathy versus sympathy, like actually like being there when they're like hurting rather than I'm sorry that you're hurt. So like it helps me develop that character of like trying to empathize more and then also being there for them and like supporting them if there's nobody there to support them. And so yeah, grief comes in all shapes and sizes, so I feel like it also depends too. Sometimes like I consult the chaplain, sometimes like I call the family and like tell them how they're feeling, or even tell the doctors too. So but yeah, I think emotional support is very important. So yeah, I feel like I like with my faith, like it's helped me like know how to handle grief in a way, so I'm thankful for that. But yeah, so that's pretty much that. Yeah. I feel like that's a loaded response. Yeah, I feel like that's a loaded question, deep. But I'm like, that's not loaded to me, honestly.
That's pretty deep.
Yeah.
Got this. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, do y'all know any doctors who ended up dating a patient or a nurse?
Ooh. Wait, do I? Outside of Grey's Anatomy.
Outside of TV shows, like in real life.
In real life?
Outside of Chicago.
Dating a patient. Cause that ain't allowed.
She said,
No, I don't know. Any physician that has dated their patient.
That's too
like after they discharge. What if even after they get discharged?
Ethic questions that we get on our practice questions all the time.
Even if they get discharged.
Even if it's been like a few months, no.
Okay. You can't. Yeah, no. You're not allowed to engage in that relationship as long as you're there. You're caring for them.
Yeah.
You can't, and even after discharge, you can't do that. You shouldn't do that. In terms of like a doctor or nurse, yeah, I'm pretty sure that happens.
Yeah, I'm sure that happens, but I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I personally don't know a physician
that's dated a nurse
with or like my own contact.
Yeah.
I don't think I know any physician that has dated a nurse.
But there's a lot of doctor though. Like some of them.
Doctor, yeah.
And nurse to nurse too.
Yeah.
But we need to mesh. We need nurse doctors, okay? We need more doctor nurses.
Start a trend.
Yeah. Have you befriended a fellow nurse? Oh, no!
No, go ahead.
Yo, I'm sipping.
Go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I forgot it's 2 for the price of 1.
Okay.
Have you befriended a fellow nurse and remained in touch? Yes. As a travel nurse, I meet a lot of nurses from everywhere, and like I still talk to them. Family, friends, friends of friends, like my coworkers. I try to keep in touch because I'm a sentimental person. So, like, if I, like, worked with you and, like, we had a blast, like, I won't forget you. And obviously, like, I will try to, like, keep in touch and stay close. And so, I know college classmates don't count because, well, they were my nursing classmates, but, like, as far as, like, actual coworkers, yeah, for sure. Plain and simple.
Mine says, who has been your favorite doctor and why? I have interacted with a lot of amazing physicians, but I'll be biased towards, like, just the doctors that have, like, taken me aside and, like, actually just wanted to talk to me, like, to get to know me. And, like, what do you want to do when you grow up? Like, I'm looking at you like a celebrity because you're a whole doctor and you're amazing. And you're taking care of patients and you're managing teams. And you want to take me aside and talk to me.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know. It makes me feel some type of way. Like, who am I?
It makes you feel good.
It makes me feel good. And then, like, you know, I have really amazing physicians who have taken me out to dinner or lunch and who have, like, texted me, called on me, checked on me, been willing to write letters of support for me. So I can't just narrow it down to one doctor, but, like, there are a lot of doctors that I've met on this journey who I'm like, because of you, I am just so much more encouraged. And, like, I just really hope that God gives me opportunities to pay it forward like that, like what you've done for me. So,
yeah, I agree. I really I remember the doctors, and I stay in touch with the doctors too, especially the ones that are, like, willing, they want to make a personal connection with you and ask you, like, what your what specialty you want to go into, of course. How can I help? How can I? Yeah. Those doctors, you remember them for a very long time.
Yeah.
And, yeah. I love them. Those doctors are amazing. And those are some of the doctors that have, like, the best bedside manner.
True.
They are so respectful.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. How do you look out for fellow nurses?
Like, how do you have their backs? Like, what does that look like for you?
Oh, doctors and fellow nurses.
You have to separate it. Like, how do you look out for the doctors? Like, if you feel like they're about to make a mistake on something or, like, something right.
I call them out.
Okay.
Like,
as you should. As you should.
Yeah, no, yeah. If it's a med error, yeah, I'll, like, call them out, like, hey, like, or I'll be like, are you sure? And then I'll also be like, wait, do you really want this? Like, so then I try to, like, have them question what they just ordered, and if they're sure, then I trust them, or, like, and they explain to me. I love, like, most of the doctors that I've interacted with, like, explain to me in detail, like, why they ordered it, and so, like, I appreciate that, because I always have, like, a questioning attitude and stuff. But, like, but yeah, like, but first and foremost, I'm, like, a patient advocate, so that's who I stand by. So, like, I try to, but I do support my fellow nurses in a way of teamwork. I help in any way that I can. Nice. And then, like, with doctors, I try to be understanding. You know, they work in long hours, so I'm, like, not going to message them at 2 a.m. for a stool softener.
Miralax.
Or some Miralax. So,
Miralax.
Period.
You're good? Okay. Any med school regrets? Ooh. Med school regrets. I don't know. I feel like I have to think about this a little bit. Do you want to go back?
Pause. I'll go.
Like, or, like, I can. Yeah, I'll just, like, take out the part. But med school regrets.
I can't answer this question. Sorry.
No, I feel like, yes, in the first 1 or 2 years, I shouldn't have been so hard on myself. On, like, having to complete, because we're literally, like, medicine, you never know everything. You will never know everything. You're always learning. So I feel like I still do that now, but I have improved a lot on, like, not feeling bad that I haven't completed whatever I had planned, or, like, I still don't know this one disease and I've studied it multiple times. I just feel like I'm working on my planning still, and I definitely know that I'm going to continue to do that, but I feel like I should have taken a bit more time for myself in the first the first year especially. The second year I did improve, but like in the first year I wish I took a little bit more time for myself, for like self-care, because that really factors in to how well you learn, how eager you are to learn. Yeah. So yeah, I guess that would be my regret, not giving myself enough time to process information and just like focus on myself for a little bit in the first year, which I have improved a lot. I needed to do that. Otherwise I would have gone insane.
One step at a time.
Second year, third year. Third year is way more hectic, by the way. But giving yourself that, like, just a little bit of time for self-care goes a long way.
Yes.
So,
that's a good reflection. Because it's like, you call it a regret, but it's like actually a lesson. And it's like, you can't go back in time, but like, because you regret it, what are you doing moving forward? Yeah. To make sure that you don't live any more regret. With any more regret. So, I actually decided I can answer this question. I really admire and have Women Crush Wednesdays.
Oh, of course.
On some of the students that are above me who are also interested in my field of interest.
Okay, let me not roll my eyes because
they are just amazing. They're just phenomenal. They're on top of their stuff. They remind me that, like, because they've gone through it, that I can go through it too. And you know what? Like, because of them, I'm even more inspired, about pursuing the area that I'm interested in. And they are, like, amazing. They're just so amazing. Yeah. I cannot say it's any one person that I'm just, like, having this Woman Crush Wednesday on or whatever, because there are just so many incredible upperclassmen, even some who just, like, matched into these amazing programs from the year before, and I'm just like, wow. You guys did it, and you did amazing, and you're encouraging me and challenging me to, like, work hard, and, like, one day I can kind of even be, like, doing the same thing as you, or being at the same institution as you, like, that is something that
working with you one day.
Working with you, and you're my senior resident.
That's a smart way to turn it around.
But I also, as far as residents, it's the same thing. Like, when I meet residents who are OBGYNs, I'm like, I love you. Like, you're amazing. Like, everything about you is a celebrity to me. Like, I want to be you or like you. You know what I'm saying? Same with attendings. Like, you're amazing, and I just love you. Okay, that's it.
Well, they should inspire you to become the unique you, not to be like them, but to be the best version of yourself. So, but that's a good way to turn it around. That was a smart way to turn that question around.
While I was answering my question, she was thinking about
hers, right?
You did a good job.
How do you manage?
Okay, you guys gonna really leave me hanging? That's so embarrassing. Oh my gosh. I'm about to sit another. I deserve to sit for that.
She was like, we'll leave it hanging. Next question. How do you manage relationships while in med school / being a travel nurse? I feel like Aliah can answer this because she was in a relationship.
I don't know. Aliah answer.
What? Aliah gotta answer out of question.
Well, I'm not in a relationship, so.
Are you in a relationship with your parents?
No, I think this is like
relationship with your siblings.
I think this is love relationships. Oh, well, like, we can do friendships too, or I guess.
How do you manage long distance friendships?
Long distance friendships.
Okay. I mean, I hit up my friends like randomly after 3 months. Like, yo, what you doing? Like, what's going on? What new shows have you watched? Is it snowing up there?
Nice. Yeah.
Like,
okay.
It doesn't. Yeah, I mean, like those are my college friends, and we've been friends for a long time. Yeah. It doesn't really feel awkward when you're like,
yes.
It doesn't feel awkward, like just hitting them up, like, hey, how are you doing? Because they are also leading some hectic lives too in other fields, so it's nice to just like, even sometimes they'll like hit me up and just like ask me, hey, how are you doing? Do you want to chat? Any exams coming up? So that feels really nice, just like get a text message from them out of the blue.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I'm glad y'all keep in touch. What about you, Aliah? How do you manage relationship? How do you manage a relationship in med school?
Someone is going to be watching?
What?
Is someone going to be watching?
A lot of FaceTime calls. I'm a roommate, by the way.
Yeah. Thank God for technology.
Yeah.
Thank God for cars
Oh,
and
my
planes.
parents say the same thing. Thank God for technology.
I think it's not easy, but like when you're, especially like just being
Yeah.
like in a different city from like those you love, but like
Yeah.
they always will make time to like call me,
Right.
FaceTime me, check in on me. And if I can, we'll see each other. And then when we see each other, it's amazing because you're like, what fun thing can we do, or what new place can we eat at? Because like the time that we have is short, and it's just like something to look forward to. And I just really value that, you know.
Yeah.
Even, like,
Even
I was just gonna say, like, even with us, like, we have super busy schedules and we're not on the same rotations, so like just getting a text from one another, just like, hey, how you doing, girl? Or
What's
like,
up?
what's up?
Yeah.
And you answer like,
Or
like,
random
if
TikToks.
I like answered 2 days later, like, or like I texted one of our friends and then they answered the next evening, like, that's totally fine, I get it. Like,
yeah. I feel like long distance though, like definitely challenges like how
It's getting
close
hot, yeah.
you are or how much you care about the person
Yeah.
or like how much you care about your friendship or that relationship.
Yeah.
Because like even if you're in med school and you're super busy, or like even being like a nurse, like they're understanding of that, and so like they like don't mind if you text them the next day. Like I'm a bad texter, like literally.
I'm like
I've gotten bad. I'll be honest with you.
I'm a
Yeah.
semi-bad texter. I'll like look. I might see a text and then be like, I'll respond later, and then I totally forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish there was a way. You know how you can like make emails?
Yeah,
on red?
Marian needs to do like 3
I
at a
have, like,
time
way
actually,
more.
and then we have like 2 more.
We'll do
Wait,
rapid
no.
fire.
Okay. Okay. The first
I don't
one
know how
was-
many we have more.
One person asked, how did you go to Hawaii and what did you do for housing and transportation? So this was like a crisis contract in like the midst of COVID, and it was just like out of the blue, like super last minute. It was like super last minute because I wasn't planning on going to Hawaii. I wasn't planning on going there, but then like they were like, we need nurses. My agency, there was a because this same agency I went to Phoenix with, and so like they needed nurses like ASAP in Hawaii for the COVID crisis, and they were willing to pay and cover and schedule flight. They covered the housing, they booked my hotel, and they gave me a rental car. And so like they
wow.
yeah. So like it was really easy because they literally did everything for me. I just had to pack my bags. But the bad thing was like I had to miss like New Year's because it was like in mid-December, or no, the end of December. So at least I was able to spend Christmas with my family. But yeah, so like that. So but that was like the first 13 weeks, and then the last 13 weeks I had to figure out my own housing and transportation because they didn't cover it. They gave me a stipend, but like they didn't like reserve the hotel for me. I stayed at Alohalani, by the way. Shout out to them because they're awesome. And then like I had to get my own rental car. So like when I was in Hawaii, I had 5 different rental cars and probably like 3 different housing situations because I was like jumping in between. Yeah, because
That's
like
a lot.
when I extended my contract, I didn't know whether or not I was really gonna stay, and so like I had to stay at an Airbnb for like a week and a half until like my agency settled my contract extension, and then that's when I had to find like another last minute housing. So I'm thankful for God that He was able to help me find housing last minute, because it's hard to find housing in Hawaii. But yeah, that's pretty much how I got there. It was a blessing. It was definitely
2
like
more.
a good experience. Oh, okay. Sorry.
We got a rapid
fire. Is it true that you ask Siri patient questions you can't answer?
Wait, what?
Dr. Google!
Okay, when it comes to like pharmacology, yes, I don't know every single drug there is. So if someone like, okay, at first I didn't know what Trulicity was. Like, I know that's one of the newer drugs. Like they do one shot.
I don't know. I suck at brand names.
Yeah. What is the common name?
But then when it comes to like actually like patho questions, or like when it comes to like patients asking about like I don't know, like a patho or disease processes and stuff, like I'm like, oh, let me get back to you on that, or let me ask my charge nurse, or like when it comes to policies or protocols or something. But then like I'm definitely gonna ask Siri like, okay, what mechanism of action, or what's the brand name of this drug, or what's the trade name or generic name?
Like I Google like the generic name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Siri, what's Trulicity? I won't know every single drug there is to know in the universe.
But
So
in terms of like a quick review of pathology or like just the disease process, overall, Amboss is so good. It is so good.
Little plug.
Yeah,
man.
it's like, I feel like it's the up to date for med students.
It's
Up
really
to date
good.
is really good. It's very detailed, but Amboss is amazing. It'll save you for rotations.
Better believe it.
Yeah.
how soon can I travel nurse because this place be ghetto?
Wait. Okay.
So like usually I tell people to like wait a year and a half to 2 years, because there's actually like agencies that require you to have 16 months of experience in your current field, in your current specialty, and there's some nurses that like do travel nursing after 6 months, and I don't know how they do it because I feel like that's just not enough time. I feel like a year to 1.5 at least. I didn't do travel nursing until 2 years, 2.5 years, but like most of the agencies require 12 to 16 months of experience, so that's what I would say.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I learned something new.
Okay.
Okay.
Because
well,
you only have 1 day of orientation, pretty much, as a travel nurse.
Oh yeah, so you better kind of know what's up.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the most awkward encounter you've had with a patient?
Mm.
LOL.
LOL.
Can I sit because I don't want to answer it?
I feel like awkward encounters happen with patients our age, like putting Foley's on patients our age.
Well, I haven't done that.
Oh.
But, okay, but from your perspective, I get it. I feel like that's true. When you have to take, I feel like it is a bit awkward when you're, at least for me, it's not awkward, it's not as awkward now. When I first started off in clinic, getting the sexual history from a patient closer to our age, it was extremely awkward for me. And I would try to like go around the question and not go straight to the point, and like the patient would be like, what are you trying to ask me? Like, I don't get it. I feel like that's like one of them like awkward experiences during a patient encounter. In terms of the most awkward patient encounter, I don't think I've had an extremely like uncomfortable patient encounter at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had an encounter where one of the male patients, I don't know, he was very nice, and he was due to, like, I don't know, there's just something to do to check to see if his prostate was enlarged. And I was just really excited because we had practice on a mannequin for like our simulations, and like, I had asked the resident asked me, like, have you ever done this before? Have you ever done like this exam of the prostate? Yeah. And I was like, no, I haven't, but I was like, I know the steps and blah blah blah. And he's like, okay, you can do it. So we go into the room, and the resident asked the patient, like, is it okay if the medical student does this exam on you? And then like I had asked him, told him like what the exam was going to be, like what I'd be doing, blah blah blah. Just told him like you might feel like the urge to X, Y, and Z, that like defecate, whatever. And he was like, okay, you got to do that. You got to stick your finger up my.
My anus?
Yeah, but he didn't use that word.
Okay.
He didn't use that word.
Let's use
So
medical.
it got
Say it, and
awkward.
Tina will bleep it out.
He got a little awkward, but I was able to do that exam. And, I know that's an awkward patient. That's an awkward like moment for a patient, like where you have to insert your finger up someone's rectum to palpate that area. It's like kind of like uncomfortable. But I was just really excited from the student perspective to have that opportunity. Thankfully, the patient didn't make it too awkward because he had already been nice to me before. But then, like, afterwards, it's just like, yeah, I did it.
Yeah.
I did it.
Usually when something like that happens, I just go straight to it. Like, I don't make it awkward. I don't make room for awkwardness. I don't make time for awkwardness. I just do it so that you don't like go through any awkward silences. Don't think, because then the patient's gonna think about it too much. But Yeah. Last question was
can.
the last question was literally like, how's travel nursing? It's been good. I love it. I love travel nursing. I love rooming with this one, and I love my assignment here in Nashville. I'm kind of sad that it's coming to an end, but all good things come to an end. And yeah, no, it's good. I love my job.
This drink. You saw that?
Well, thanks guys for watching Med to MD.
Natalie!
Wow, that was a
Pow,
hard
pow,
one.
pow.
Okay.
No, let's do it again. We don't need those guns.
Thanks for having me once again, and I hope this won't be my last time. Maybe, I don't know, but
We'll
thanks
have
for
to
having
come
me.
back. We can zoom you in.
I specifically came to
I
came to Nashville to be featured on this
This
channel.
is a diehard fan. If you're not blind to be on our channel, then what are you even doing?
What are you doing? Subscribe, like, comment,
and share.
You won't regret it.
Thank you.
Literally, this will change
ending for us.
your life. This
This is her channel now.
If you're unsure of whether or not you want to do medical school or if you want to be a doctor, this is your sign. Go for it. Just do it.
Nike said it best.
I'm so assertive.
I love it.
I'm so aggressive.
I'll leave
You do the ending.
Just do it. Just
Thank you guys for watching. We really appreciated your time. This was just something fun. We hope y'all can drop some questions in the description box. Maybe we can do another Boba is Bae tea challenge. You know what I'm saying? If we get some questions down below, help us thank Marian for being in our
Thank you guys for
second
having
video.
me. Appreciate
We
it.
love her. She's a great supporter of our channel.
I love you guys.
You guys take care, and we'll see you next time.